Thomas Edward Lawrence was a British military officer who led the Arab revolt against the Ottomans during the First World War. His exploits are considered to have been decisive in helping the British defeat the Ottoman Empire in the Middle East. This documentary shows Lawrence was a great leader in his cultural competence in advising the Arab army, his visionary conception of modern-day guerrilla military tactics, and for his legacy in establishing Arab independence. At the start of the Great War, Lawrence was stationed in Cairo as a military intelligence officer. In 1916, he journeyed to the Hejaz, where he met the Hashemites and Prince Faisal, son of the Sharif of Mecca. The Arabs had already begun an insurgency against the ruling Ottomans, but Lawrence was able to convince Faisal and his brother Abdullah to coordinate their actions with that of the British military. He did so by appealing to their notion of an autonomous Arab state. Lawrence's ability to reason with the Arabs stemmed from his understanding and affection towards Arab culture. General Allenby, who led the British forces in the Middle East, wrote, "He was the mainspring of the Arab movement and knew their language, their manners, and their mentality." Lawrence's empathetic views towards Arab culture provided him great respect and influence. A British officer wrote, "Though a price of £15,000 has been put on his head by the Turks, no Arab has as yet attempted to betray him."
Come on then!
Lawrence's revolutionary use of guerrilla tactics led to countless victories in the Middle East. Military historian Browne describes Lawrence's new strategy, saying, "While hit-and-run tactics were traditional for Bedouins, Lawrence formalized them into a theory of guerrilla warfare." Lawrence's most notable use of this ploy was with the capture of the city of Aqaba. Since the city's seafront defenses were nearly impregnable, Lawrence took a party of 17 warriors around Aqaba through the Nefud Desert and recruited an army locally. From there, Lawrence made a surprise attack on the garrison from the rear. According to historian Browne, the Arabs launched their assault from the northeast, sweeping in the outlying Ottoman forces for the loss of only 2 tribesmen. The next day, the Arabs, now some 2,500 men, entered Aqaba without a shot. At the end of the war, Lawrence rushed back to England to promote the cause of Arab independence. In 1919, he, under Prince Faisal's delegation, attended the Paris Peace Conference in hopes of negotiating an autonomous Arab state. Unfortunately, the secret Sykes-Picot Agreement signed in 1916 between France and Britain had divided the Middle East under French and British rule. Lawrence left the conference feeling deceived and frustrated, but he did not give up. Historian Browne describes Lawrence as a man who embraced the notion of an independent Arab state. He spoke Arabic, loved the Arab people, and passionately embraced their dreams of freedom. After the unsuccessful occupation of the Middle Eastern provinces, Britain finally backed down. At the Cairo Conference in 1921, Lawrence attended with the then head of Colonial Office, Winston Churchill. During the conference, Lawrence was decisive in the transfer of power of Iraq to Prince Faisal and Jordan to Prince Abdullah. Lawrence's legacy can still be seen in the Middle East today. While Faisal's legacy in Iraq did not last, the line of Prince Abdullah is still today the ruling monarchy within Jordan. Thomas Edward Lawrence's understanding of the Arabian culture and politics gave him enormous respect from the Arab army. His creation of modern-day guerrilla tactics were invaluable to the war against the Ottomans. Lawrence played an instrumental role in the creation of an independent Iraq and Jordan. These are all evidence of Lawrence's leadership and enduring legacy in the Middle East.